Well, we are in the double digits. Welcome to day 10. This has been incredible so far, for me anyway. And from the comments I'm seeing, some are enjoying it as well. Let's move into the piece of wisdom we're going to give you today. It was something given to me only a few days ago by God, and it works. It's really incredible, actually. It's a visualization exercise, but you can work it with just knowing it's there, saying it's there. We can talk over those things as we move along here, but let's leave it with visualization. You visualize and hear, so two senses. The fun of being live. So you visualize and hear. You visualize almost seeing your own music, the music that makes you up. Yes, your music. That may be astounding in itself, but you are. When you listen to that music and it's discordant, that means it's like clanging gongs and oh man, it's very hard to hear. And then set your intention and ask God to help you and bring it into harmony. Be incredible what you hear. When I heard mine, it was like slowing down crickets. If you haven't experienced that, you should give it a go. Pretty beautiful. That's what's going to happen here. Harmony, balance. That's what's occurring. So let's walk through this one more time. You just very simply visualize your music. What does that mean? Well, you can see it on a piece of paper written in music notation, or you could just see it sitting in a book on a shelf or on an easel. And then listen to that music. It's a little discordant, sounds a little off key. And so focus, set your intent, ask God to help. In a little while, it becomes harmony, beautiful. Actually feeds your soul, makes you feel better about yourself. Give it a go. So, as we move forward, let's go to the story. And we're going to preface this one that it is fiction, but it may be true. That might be hard to believe. This story starts in mid-stride. Dara had been doing quite well. Her blog had picked up traction and her book was being talked about on talk shows. She was starting to see the fruit of her labors. As she cast her mind back to that first fruitful moment of talking it over with a friend and then deciding the blog was the way to go. And then the response, and then the build. It's almost fairy tale. And this was wonderful. And her ebook was doing well. And her book that she was about to publish was being talked about everywhere. She had become something she never planned to be, in a sense. Somebody had mentioned celebrity, famous, all of those things that she had never really thought of, but now were happening to her. Everyone loved the way that she wrote, that she put everything into a beautiful box. That was incredible. And so as we move forward in the story, there's more fame, more TV, talk shows, more moments, book signing. Now she's having to deal with things like security, making sure she's safe. There was that scare at the book's signing. Someone trying to steal something personal from her. Her security was good, stopped it. Didn't cause much of a fuss, but it was there. And so she was getting used to this. Another book out. Now she was making the tour again. It was what she'd always wished for her books to be out there to help people. That's how she really saw it. Her books would help people. And she wished to be helpful. And then when her third book came out, the dreams started. Weird, fractured, broken dreams. She hadn't dreamed that much before. Her dreams were always kind of kittens and doggies and fluffies and things she wrote about for her kids out there in the world. She loved every one of them. Her other books, well, they were another part of her. But these dreams weren't like that. These dreams were being posed like a doll. And other darker things. Well, they're just dreams, she said. And I guess there's a lot of stuff going on and a lot of things happening. That's why the dreams are happening. But they continued. They got stranger. And then her fourth book took flight. More tours, more signings, more dreams. Yet now, the dreams of her being mishandled, and leaving bruises on her arms to wake up in the morning and find them there. What? It's just a dream. Yeah, as she moved along, the dreams became more fractured, but more real. The bruise, the cut, the missing lock of hair in the back there. Not easy to recognize, but definitely gone, just like the dream. This was getting really odd. There's no way to sort it out. She talked with security and they said nothing was happening. And yet the dreams continued. And the interconnection to real life continued. She didn't know what to do with it. She kept working. It affected everything she did, but the fifth book came out. More tours, more talk shows. She was a real major star now. When she was home and writing, she wasn't doing much else. So she could be alone for days. Except now some of those days were blurred and figure out what was happening. And she put it down to fatigue and writing, and she needed to get away and decided to book a trip somewhere to just relax for 3 or 4 days. She booked the trip, she went away, she felt good. But after returning, and a few weeks after returning, she was feeling that same feeling again. And dreams in real life were really blurry. She was having sore spaces on her body that would interconnect to some of the dream sequences. Didn't know what to do. Didn't have a clue. She started to attempt to figure it out. But all of her study and things didn't lead anywhere. She didn't know what was happening. Hired somebody that would, or something, or a book, or would explain all of this. And as she reached out and to different people, they had some ideas, but they weren't valid, they didn't fit, they weren't right, or they were impossible. Yeah, the situation kept happening to her. And things started to surface, things that were odd to her. Memories she didn't remember, people she was with that she didn't remember being with. This was rather throwing her. let's leave it there for now. Now, you may think I've stopped in the middle, and I have. The good news is that the next few days we're going to continue this story. Let me know if you like it. Well, maybe you don't like it, but maybe you're interested in finding out what's going on. Let's leave it there. I went into shadow. Let's have a blessing. May God's wishes come true for you. May the truth of his joy, his provision, his protection give you hope, peace, overflowing abundance in all areas of your life, wrapped in immense, wonderful joy. As God wishes and wills, and as you wish and will, it can be. Let's have a word of prayer. First, thank you for hanging out with me again. It's awesome. We'll see you again. Let's have that word of prayer. We come before you, Father, Spirit, Son, and we began a journey. We're going to give some tools to help us move into peace and balance, things to augment what we already do. And I look forward to each one of them as you roll them out through this vessel. I lift up each one out there, regardless of what they're going through, what's their point of life right now. And I ask you to be with them, to surround them, to give them mercy, to grace, to meet with them as they wish to meet with you. And that you would bring answers and understanding, and that you would let them know that in their trouble you are with them. And we thank you for moving and being, and just for who you are, as always, for who you are. We say thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude. Standing in awe and honor and respect, allowing all glory to flow. Father, Spirit, Son. This is, and so this is. And so we say amen. So, rest. And when you rest, rest well. And when you wake, may you find yourself rested and seeing the path before you as easy and light as you move forward into your life. Be blessed.